it's bringing me out the dawn. The scars of your love remind me of us. I can't be thinking that we almost had it all. The scars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you had my heart inside your hand, and you played it to the beat.
Your song reminds me of just from both pieces.
Well, come on, man. You better. Well, you want to pass Cerberus on the other side.
Cerberus?
That's a three-headed dog Hades keeps chained up at the entrance of his kingdom. He got 3 sets of teeth to tear apart any trespassers.
Even before they got to the far shore, Orpheus heard the fierce dog snarling at him. The dog's bark sounded 3 times meaner than the meanest dog in the upper world.
By the time Kieran pulled up on the shore, though, Orpheus knew what to do next. He made up a quick song about dogs, about puppies running through the fields and hunting dogs chasing rabbits through the forest.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. Well, you never caught a rabbit and you ain't no friend of mine.
The beast stopped growling and started wagging his tail. Orpheus calmly passed through the gate and into Hades' kingdom. When Orpheus walked by Cerberus, he gave Orpheus a lick, or really 3 licks for his 3 tongues.
Well, welcome to Hades' kingdom. Can't believe you made it this far. Good luck, you're on your own now.
Hey, please wait. What's that rumbling sound?
That's Hades. He's heard you're in his kingdom, and by the sound of it, he's not very happy.
Wait. Who are those people up ahead?
Those are spirits, people of the underworld who have displeased the god. And Hades put them up front to make an example out of them.
Who's that trying to move that huge rock?
That's Sisyphus. His punishment is to push that rock up the hill, up that steep hill. Getting that rock up there once is no sweat. But listen to what Hades made to make it more difficult. Every time the rock gets near the top of the hill, it rolls back down. He has to start all over again.
Well, how long does he have to do that?
Only for eternity. It's kind of a rocky job. That's a bit of underworld humor for you.
Wait, who is that person floating in the pond under those beautiful fruit trees?
That's Tantalus. His punishment is that he's always thirsty and always hungry.
Why doesn't he just bend down and take a drip of water, or just grab a piece of fruit?
Watch. Every time he bends to get a drink of water, all the water disappears from the pond. When he reaches up to get an apple, all the branches pull their branches away. All the trees pull their branches.
Hey, what's that rumbling sound? It's getting louder and louder.
That's Hades. He's heard you're in his kingdom, and by the sound of it, he's not very happy. Good luck. Don't tell him I helped you.
Orpheus was alone. The rumbling grew louder. A great black storm cloud surrounded him. In the clouds, Orpheus stood chased through the thrones of Hades and Persephone, the king and queen of the underworld.
What rude spirit are you to come into my kingdom before I have called you?
But I'm not dead.
So you are. We can take care of that quite easily.
Hades raised his scepter and was about to cast a terrible spell on Orpheus, and the musician cried out,
Please, Your Highness, I've come to take my wife back. She was killed on her wedding day. It must have been a mistake.
A mistake? Does anyone ever tell my brother Zeus that he made a mistake? Does anyone ever go bothering my brother Poseidon for favors? No! Why do I have to deal with all the losers?
Yes.
Prepare for your fate.
Yes, Your Highness. But first, let me sing you a song.
Then Orpheus performed the most beautiful song of his career. His heart made sweet music as he sang about his love for Eurydice. When he described her beauty, Sisyphus stopped rolling his rock and didn't care when the boulder went crashing backwards. Tantalus forgot about his hunger and thirst.
You're insecure, don't know what for. You're turning heads when you walk through the door. Don't need makeup to cover up. Being the way that you are is enough. Everyone else in the room can see it. Everyone else but you. Right now I'm looking at you and I can't believe you don't know. Uh-oh, you don't know you're beautiful. Uh-oh, that's what makes you beautiful.
The song moved the king, though he didn't want anyone to know.
Well, musician, your songs entertained us. We don't get many road shows down here. I'm prepared to give you an easy sentence for the rest of eternity. Now you'll just have to swallow an ocean and then...
Please, no, your highness, I can't stay. I want to take my wife back to the land of the living.
Why, you ungrateful little bug! Forget about that easy sentence I was going to give you.
Just then Persephone spoke up. Her face was covered with dark veils, but Orpheus could tell she was beautiful. Her voice was strong but gentle.
Wait, dear, I know that sounds touchy. Please consider this hero's request. Show everyone that you can be more merciful than your crude brother Zeus and Poseidon.
They are quite crude, aren't they? Zeus throws thunderbolts all over whenever he gets cranky. Poseidon causes tidal waves and drowns sailors whenever he's in a bad mood.
What about letting Eurydice go?
But if I let one spirit go, I'll have to let all the spirits go, and then we'd be rulers of an empty kingdom.
Make this exception this one time in the name of love.
Love?
It's not such a big word. You should know it. Remember how you madly loved me? Cupid must have sent an arrow right to your heart. Even Orpheus knew the story of how Persephone had become Hades' wife. Once when Hades was spying on the upper world, he had fallen in love with Persephone. He kidnapped her and brought her home, enraging Persephone's mother, Demeter. Demeter, the goddess of farming, went on strike, refusing to allow any crops to go until she got her daughter back.
Things got so bad on Earth that Zeus had to step in and make a deal. Persephone would spend half the year with her mother and half the year with Hades. As a result, Greeks say when Persephone is with her mother, humans enjoy spring and summer. When her daughter is with Hades, though, Demetrius shuts down all planting and harvesting, and Earth moves into the seasons of fall and winter. Persephone's argument in defense of Orpheus won the king over.
Yes, my dear, you're right again. We'll let this singer have his bride back. After all, everyone makes mistakes. Listen, Orpheus, you may have your bride back under one condition. You must not look at her until you both enter the light of the upper world. Is that clear?
Of course, great king.
Then turn and start your journey right now before I change my mind. Eurydice will walk right behind you. And remember, don't turn around.
Orpheus followed the king's orders. At first he wondered if Hades had tricked him. Was there really anyone behind him? He was about to turn around to check when he heard light footsteps behind him.
He retraced his steps past Cerberus. The dog had never seen anyone except Persephone leave the underworld. Now he saw a human and a spirit leap together. He turned his three heads up to the side and barked 3 times in confusion. Woof, woof, woof.
Then Orpheus saw Charon unloading a fresh boatload of spirits in the underworld. Orpheus walked right into the boat and sat in front, leaving plenty of room for Eurydice to sit down behind him.
Return ships from the dead? Now I've seen everything. What's next? Tour groups?
By the time they reached the far shore, Orpheus was in actual pain waiting to see his wife.
Oh, what will it be like with Eurydice back? Imagine what it will be like to hug her again, to kiss her. My loneliness has ended.
I hope Hades gave me the right spirit.
Higher and higher they climbed. With each step, Orpheus found it more difficult to keep from turning to look at the spirit behind him.
Soon he could see the light of the upper world at the top of the cave. Their journey was almost over.
I can't stand it any longer. We're just about there.
Soon,
Just jump to that part.
As he was just about to burst into the sunlight, Orpheus turned around just a step behind him, so in the dark shadows of the cave, he saw his beautiful wife. She looked at him with loving eyes.
she was like a beautiful picture, but suddenly color began to vanish, leaving only a black and white outline. Then the black line became fainter and fainter until they two were almost gone.
Wait, Eurydice, it was just a mistake. It was only a peek.
He tried to throw his arms around the fading image, but his arms passed through the air, leaving the singer only hugging himself.
Desperately, Orpheus went back down to the cave again to try to enter the underworld once more. He played his lyre for Karen the boatman yet again, but this time it didn't work.
I'm sorry. I'm under strict orders from the boss. He said he gave you and Eurydice a second chance. There's no third chances in the underworld.
Alone and broke-hearted, Orpheus made the long climb back to the upper worlds. When he arrived, he had no interest in music or anything else.
But gradually, Orpheus did start playing again. His group of admirers became growing to its old size, but everyone noticed that all his songs were now sad and lovely sounding.
It was a sad.
Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would follow you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm feeling so small. It was over my head, nothing at all. And I will swallow and fall. Still learning to love, just starting to love. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would follow you. Say something, I'm giving up on you.
It was a sad ending for the once happy musician, but it did have a bright side. When it came time for Orpheus to cross over to the underworld for good, Karen gave him a free boat ride. Cerberus barked 3 times and waved his tail. Most importantly, Orpheus was reunited with his beloved Eurydice. And they say,